studio's looking fucking legit right now.
It would look better on the camera, but it's too much. It's too much technology because it makes sense how one person it's 10,000 hours to become a professional. And it's like each discipline, like photography, videography, sound, color grading, editing.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. We don't
You
give
know,
ourselves enough time to like look back at where we started and like in this journey and be able to say like, hey man, like you're crushing it. You're doing a really good job. Like you started this with just fucking a Yeti microphone and a shitty Logitech camera. Like you're doing it.
right? Yeah.
Look at us.
That is the hard part though. Like, I don't know. I think from the previous job, right, we're wired for it's never like enough.
Yeah.
There's always a point to improve. So that goes like hand in
ARs.
hand with the conversation I wanted to have today about like burnout and
Yeah, dude.
what that's like. Is this light too bright, you think, or what? I can turn it down really quick.
No, it's good, man. We'll roll
Okay.
with it.
The lighting's all right. Mm.
See
Yeah,
the
you're like, dude, you're
authentic
already
in the
late.
moment situation. Gordon Hurley, welcome back. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome seeing you fucking kick ass. Our brother from up north, our northern cousins, soon to be bitter
Statesman.
rivals.
It's gonna be one of them.
Oh man, dude, tell me about this latest meet you had.
Yeah. So we got a new Veterans Affairs minister. So a new Secretary of Veterans Affairs is what you guys would call it, right? And because we had the government shakeup, they just moved everybody around. So the previous VAC minister I was speaking with for the last year, she was moved, and it was like right at a critical junction where I've got like good solid stuff that I can bring to them, not just like talking, but like, hey, FYI, I have 2 doctors doing stellate ganglion blocks for members right now, and I think it's important that Veterans Affairs be made aware of this. And like, obviously, deep down, I'm like, this is like your guys' jam, right? But it's neither near here or there. So I went and they did the cabinet shuffle. I got pushed to the new feller and I briefed him, and it went over really well. I think it went well. I think I'm getting better at just like expectation setting and just letting go and being like, dude, you know your stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, it's hard to trust ourselves when we jump in a new position, a new environment, new profession, and realize that like we have what it takes. So he's like that critic, the inner critic, no matter where we go. But it's even more so. I deal with it. But there's proof in the pudding, right? People are listening. People are tuning in. People are resonating with your message. They're seeing what you're doing, and that's growing day by day, man. Like you're
Yeah,
crushing it.
it's working. Thank you. I think it's not not me doing it for this reason, but I think like deep down underneath is that like, because I have no control of how messed up everything is, and I see like suffering and I see answers to it, and that messes me up from being in the military too, or watching like organizational failures and like not being able to do anything about it, is that like maybe me putting my effort into this is my way of like coping with how insane it is. I don't know.
Dude, how'd your surgery go? It's been a minute since we caught up.
I wish I could give you a bro hug about your baby too, dude.
Yeah.
The elbow, it doesn't like seed correctly. So I've lost like range of, like, see, this one can like hyperextend. That's max for this one. And they're saying like this forearm doesn't like seed correctly with the back one. And we're just trying. I don't know. I don't know if it was the right decision or not. Like if I should have tried peptides beforehand, or I don't know. In our healthcare system, dude, I asked my doctor, but it's a teaching doctor. So it's like he has university students doing their placements and like qualified, and then they deal with you, but then they go report to him to make sure that like what they do is correct. And I went to go ask, and I was like, hey, what about this? And he's like, I don't know anything about that. I'm like, I know. Well, I get it, but can you ask like the big doctor? And then he came back and was like, well, it's not really in the scope of like our medical practice. And I'm like, I know that, but I need help. Like, it's not working. And you guys are just like, yeah, go get surgery. And then that's it. So it's okay. I'm having faith, man. I have all my shit together. I'm sleeping correctly, eating correctly. I've dropped a lot of drinking. Um,
Good, good.
and yeah, it's the most important stuff. It's like get back to basics. You know what I mean? And how do you get better? So sometimes it takes longer to recover, but we'll see.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you have to let go of the expectations of like being that idea of being, oh, I'm going to be 100%, everything's going to be perfect. It's like, well,
That
maybe
was what
just,
I was like doing acceptance therapy and like chronic pain therapy with my psych. And it really pissed me off because I'm like, Tom Brady played football until he's 45. Like, what are you talking about? I'm 39, 38, 39 years old. Like, no, we can talk about that after. And she's like, well, maybe this is just like, this is the new you. It's like, fuck you, lady. Fuck you. I'm joking. Sorry. You can bleep that out, obviously.
you stupid bitch. It's like that meme. Tony Stark built this in a fucking cave. Rebuild me
Uh,
back stronger.
we were so lucky too. Like, I don't know what it was like at your units, but we had a human performance cell. Awesome staff, awesome staff. Like they would leave there and then go work in NHL teams and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
man. Same.
I have nothing now. So it's just like, oh, and the Veterans Affairs coverage is good. You know what I mean? If you figure out it all on your own, but it would be nice to have someone just be like, all right, man, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have this course of action instead of me being like, peptides, eh? Hmm.
I feel that so much. I look back with regret. Like, just, you fool. You had it all.
Quite spoiled. Quite spoiled.
Such, oh, dude, just absolutely spoiled, and rightly so. And I would like to think that more people are taking advantage. I think the culture's change. People understand that, like, if you want to be a performance driven person in this career field, you have to take advantage of every resource. And when you have these shops, when you have these, Thor 3, you have to utilize them. You have to utilize them and maximize your ability, even if it's doing things like going down and getting a nutrition plan. Because, hey, what you eat, what you put in your body is just as important as the workout that they print out for you. They have everything and they need it. They need that. If you're going to be operating and in special operations, you 100% deserve that. And one thing that I always like, it always bugged me was hearing how they were always having to fight for a budget.
Mm.
Like, it should be on the top of the budget. You should,
It'd almost be like the regular military's top of budget. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't know what, and when you hang up the boots, like you're going to want another life. You know what I mean? I went to go play flag football and I pulled myself out like a week before because I had a avulsion fracture in my foot. That's like a Lisfranc injury and it like turf toe super crazy bad. And, I couldn't do it because like arthritis, like pain, I couldn't like plant and think of like, oh, I'm gonna have a cleat on. And I played sports my whole life. And it's like I've had all these things like just like taken away and I'm left with mobility, exercise, yoga, gentle yoga. I'm an old boy now, but that's what happens when you get ridden hard and putting away dirty a few too many
yeah.
times, you know? Sleep,
But
damn,
yeah,
dude. I can't believe how I treated my body
yeah,
and
dude.
my mind.
And I will, I have to give a shout out to this new company I just found, Stoned Ape. They're nootropics for sleep, dude. If you're
Mm,
if you're a new parent, you know intimately the, the dreaded nights of not being able to go to sleep. But we finally have a good sleeping pattern, a really solid sleep routine, and I couldn't go back to sleep. My insomnia came back. Like, I'm pretty sure you've dealt with that, and that stuff. Holy shit!
hmm,
Like, last night was the first night I got like fucking solid 7 hours of sleep. Like, perfect. I was like,
damn.
whatever you
Yeah,
guys are
I'm
doing
like
at
an
Stoned Ape,
aggressive roller.
stuff
I needed a big
works.
reset. Are you
Yeah.
sponsored by them or what?
Fuck
Or
no.
you want to
No.
be? Because that'd be
No.
sweet. Do
I
you
will promote great Green Beret companies like
more?
House Gilgan House right there. Amazing woodwork. Wow. But and I don't do affiliate links. So if you're listening, just know that I will never give you a 25% discount code. What I will do is I will promote great stuff. And if they partner with me, then maybe. But I get paid first, motherfuckers. But you can go out there and check them out yourself. No discount code. Go check them out. Worked really well. Also doing their energy. And let me tell you, like it's a great. I don't do pre-workout anymore for the gym, but I
Yeah,
took
same.
their energy blend with my protein before the gym, and that was nice. It felt that instantly. But yeah, don't do affiliate because I got to make content for myself for my own shit. I don't have time to sit down and do content on the hopes that you might go shop for them. So now I'm just giving it to
Yep.
you for free. Go shop for them. If you want them,
Smart.
go get them.
I'm finding that out right now in my own like private life, business wise, as I'm handling social media and I used to ship off a bunch of graphic design work for like, I'll just be like, okay, I trust this person and this person's asking me. And I'm like, I have no time for this. So go see this person. And then it all kind of came together where I was like, why am I not just asking these people if they'll work for me and then just employing them? You know what I mean? Like getting them as a contract, but if I have the work, instead of just handing it off, just like be the in between. And then that started like, I have a radio commercial that's on the city's radio waves right now. I recorded it, edited, and produced here in the basement. We're doing a video for him, a GoFundMe video,
Hell yeah.
posts, social media strategy, marketing. It's basically everything I'm doing for myself, right? That we find out like how does this all work? And it's not it's a very valuable skill that not a lot of people know or know it well. So, and my wife's like, dude, stop buying camera gear. So I'm like putting it all to use. I'm using it all.
Dude, it's
Uh,
funny. I don't know if you I think you follow the Special Forces Foundation.
yeah,
If you've noticed that their social media has changed
that's sweet.
drastically,
It's
that's because
really
I'm
good.
running it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm the new public relations social media wonderkin over there.
It's working.
But it's like you find yourself having to create these skill sets from nothing. You
Yeah,
dive into this world and
minus nothing.
yeah,
You're
dude,
a meathead.
yeah,
You're a meat titan coming from the special forces. Going to
yeah,
a computer.
dude. And that's why I see like in both of our endeavors, like we've been in this thing fighting and learning tooth and nail. And it's beautiful to see like when your friend succeeds, when he's doing well, and you're like seeing it work for them. You're like, oh fuck yeah, dude! Like
Mm,
that's the thing I
your
love
page is
about
working,
this.
dude.
Yeah,
Like I said, we gotta do a call afterwards so I can pick your brain about all the stuff that you've learned. Pointing out transitioning people. Hey, reach out, ask questions.
yeah. There's so many people coming into this space, but it's filled with that ambiguity. But dude, at the end of the day, just reach out, just call, because I'm scaling, dude. I need to bring in more people. Like that's
Mm.
the thing I realized. Like I need another, at least one other person, maybe two. Um, and it's like, but I want passionate people from the community. I don't want to go for a, and nothing against somebody that's hustling from another country on Upwork or Fiverr, but I want somebody from the community. I want somebody that has a passion for this and says, hey, man, I want to start my own business, but I want to learn underneath somebody. I want to learn about podcast production. Like, because let me tell you, I am grinding to like fucking 3 a.m. on some nights. Some nights it's a 24-hour process and it's like, fuck, it's time to scale.
I signed up at my college here in town because they take businesses to their interns at, and like
Nice.
that's a big. It's only 5 weeks, I think. But I went back to the school and I told them like, hey, this is the deal. Like, you come work for me for 5 weeks, and then I will download everything I have to you, and you can go off as a junior graphic designer and make a lot of money if you want. It may not be doing the cool art doodles that you like, but uh, I don't know. I like money. So when I retire, I'm going to do more. That's bad. It's not the content I want. This will allow me to make the content I want to create and still have like a life. You know what I mean? There has to be, I do it. Clearly it's a part of my why. And I'm about to drop another history video today. And I like the marketing aspect. I think I'm really, really good at sitting with someone and helping them figure out their why. And I can do that in a business, and then I can do it. Okay, what's that business to business, business to consumer, and business to yourself? So when you come up with your mission, vision, values for your business, it's like, hey, this is what it looks like. This is the backbone. This is the core. And then you can employ other people because you have these packages where you can say, okay, graphic designer, like, look, I just need 100 posts on these 6 topics. This is my brand identity book.
Mm,
Go create like 5, report back to me, and then be a creative director. I think when I'm retired for the second time, I will do art like myself. I just don't have time to illustrate for like 16 hours. You know what I mean?
yeah. I miss the freedom of being able to go capture my own still. Um, like photography became something that I leaned on as a hobby, and it became something that like I always had passion for it, but I never gave myself the ability to see myself as somebody that was worthy of having these aspirations. And then I leaned into it, and then I started gathering equipment and buying things that I wanted to do. I bought an Olympus camera and fully like decked out suite of lenses because I liked Olympus cameras. Like I didn't want to do the video. I wanted to focus on doing wildlife, and did a perfect place to do it in Florida and Destin, just doing beach shots, going out exploring. And like that became something that like I loved. But then the podcast became like my absolute like addiction. Like I had to continue doing it. Like that was my why, my
Like your
mission.
previous job.
Yeah, like it
Mm,
became something that like, okay, now I have to move away from my Olympus camera because like I can't have all this and then justify buying a Sony. It's like, fuck, dude. But like even to right now, like I love creating content that's for the community by somebody from the community. It's what I say. Like you're not getting something that's created by a kid who never served in the regiment, that never served and never understood. Like, and like I feel like I have a good eye when I'm creating, but what I really want to do is fucking create my own shit, be able to go back to just doing photography, being able to go back and just capturing. But it's like you're married to this passion that's like a 24/7 endeavor. I can't take time off. Like I only have enough time in the day to like be a new father, be a husband, and then do everything for not only my show, but all the other shows I produce. So it's like, fuck.
right.
Now I'm like getting to this point of like,
Got to
I,
scale, buddy.
I got to scale. I got to bring
You have to
somebody
be the
on.
CEO. You got to be
Yeah.
the visionary. And it sucks. And a lot of like, we're control for us, even like if you don't have PTS, uh, if you've soldiered for that long at whatever level, at an intense level, like, control is like the most important thing. And it's now you're giving up control of your art, of like or what you think is yours, when it's just like, whoa, calm down. Luckily I've recruited 2 graphic designers and a video editor.
Oh
And
shit.
yeah, and I haven't like fully employed them yet. They just all got like piecemeal, and it's um that's where I can like, that's the same thing we're talking about right now, is like what I'm trying to do in life, because I can't do the 1 a.m. Work. I can, but it just like messes my life up. And I think I've come to terms with more with where my body's at. My mind, like I said, I'm always like, I'm strong, right? And that's almost the worst part, is that it's strong to a fault, where it's like, okay, now you've dropped other things off this of your life to accomplish these tasks, right? So we can get into that, and we can like bang out 20 minutes so you have some like good, instead of just it's good banter, but
Yeah.
like if you want to have a concentrated conversation about like burnout on.
Yeah, dude, let's dive into that, man.
Yeah, so like I said, it goes hand in hand with what we're talking about right now, and me learning different perspectives and how to handle my life better. And I thought about you because it would be the best way to have this conversation. And it was in December. I was listening to Tony Robbins. It was just like a short, you know what I mean? It just came on, and he was talking about how there's like seasons to life, and there's seasons to everything you do. And that's like or patterns, sorry, the patterns of life, which are seasons, spring, summer, fall, and all sorts of things. But like, you were always, if you're not aware, you're always going to be doing the same thing. You're always going to be falling in the same pattern. And December timeframe, man, I was all messed up. I had surgery, I got married, and I did all this other stuff. So I used Quentin Tarantino. We're started at the end.
Yeah.
Rewind back to January. I had a great idea to start a webinar and get world-class experts on and get the news out to people about alternative therapies, let alone for veteran healthcare, but for the general population. And I raised all the money myself. I ended up raising like 40 grand. It was like probably more, but it still was a lot of money. And I hate asking for money too. And had to do all the graphic design for it. I never knew what Zoom platform was. I never, and it was like a lot of money too. So, and I had all the pressure because I crowdfunded the money from the community, and I wanted the community to see that, like, hey, all these people from the community sponsored it. So it's like, it's more tangible that they're going to absorb it. And with that though, came a lot of responsibility where I was like, oh, I want to make sure that this is awesome for the guys, like not only for the community, but these people paid me money. Um, and that is a lot of stress. It's like allostatic stress. How do you weigh that? You don't. It's just like a bunch of factors. So graphic design, learning how to use Zoom, learning how to do the thumbnails, learning how to schedule people. And then on top of that, to write constructively, cold emailing people like a world-class expert is takes time. And I didn't respect a lot of these things. I thought I was just like, oh, I got it. Yeah, you got it, bro, but that's going to take 5 hours. And I wouldn't understand that. Um, so I did all that. And then that went into the summertime. I finished school. I did a practicum with uh, or an internship with a charity. I ran all their social media for that. And then I was doing t-shirts on the side. This whole time I had like almost 4 appointments a week too, like vision therapy, TBI therapy, my back, massage therapy. It was never ending. And that itself is like, I didn't understand how much time that took because I have to drive 35 minutes one way to an appointment. The appointment's 45 minutes to an hour and then half an hour back. That's 2 hours of your day gone. And for us, a performance based individual, it's not like, I just was like, where is the time? And the time was at late at night, finish my projects. Like, there's no way if you want to do well in school, you're going to be working hard. Sorry, but like, you're going to be staying up late. And that's the normal. If you want to do anything well in life, you're going to have to put in work. So I understood that, grinded it out, did a big trip, and then came home and then went to a golf tournament to go meet a big charity organizer to start like putting the birdie in his ear, like, hey man, this stuff needs to get done, blah, 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 blah. And associations are paying for this. And I'm saying, yeah, I'll go do it for sure. Like if someone's going to pay for it. But that's all things that are taking me away from my family, and I'm just putting more and more and more. And then I had Dr. Chris Free come up, flew him into Ottawa. I got him to go to our units and then do a
No
veteran
shit, you got
event.
him to fly up? That man never leaves Hawaii.
I know. So, and we did a sick veteran event in Ottawa too. And that was all awesome, but like that was all on me to do. And I actually had help with the graphic design, but like I still made a poster at first. Took me 2 days. And then I sent it to my buddy. He owns a defense venture capitalist firm, 19, Glenn Cowan. He's a cool dude. He's a JTF squadron commander, and now he does investing. He has a marketing team, and I'm like, okay, he said, yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna help you, man. And I sent my poster, and the guy was like, he said something about, he's like, why would you pick this picture of him? Like, he looks like he's a serial killer or something like that. And it was just like, I'm a junior graphic designer. And his team, I'll send you it after so you can put it up as we're speaking, made the poster, dude. And it is so sick. It is so sick. Made me feel whatever, humbled. I get it. But at the same time, like I invested a fuck ton of hours to like make that thing. And it's just like, yeah, I get it. Wash it. But whoa, and I'm away from my family. I come home a week after I come home, I start setting up for the Afghanistan Memorial mobile exhibit. So we have one war museum in Canada in Ottawa. Well, there's a lot probably, but there's one prominent one. And then there's a Afghanistan mobile exhibit that was sitting in a museum for like 2 years, not getting shown. But the point of it was to get traveled around. So I made all the money, got all the money for that, figured out the place for it to go, figured out the schedule, volunteers, graphic design, media, um, social media as well. And like the allostatic load at this point is huge. And just like, the more you learn about social media, the more you almost like regret because you're missing out on opportunities where you could really capitalize and like feed the beast algorithm. And it's easy, right? But all that pressure is getting on. That finished. And the next day, I had family start flying in for my wedding, which was that Saturday. That was a Tuesday. Wednesday, they flew in. Saturday, I got married. The Friday after that, I got elbow surgery. And like the thing that hurt the most too is my wife. She was like, okay, dude, um, awesome, but like time to be at home with like us and like work with us. And I was like, damn, dude, that shit almost made me cry because that was the point of leaving the military. Was like, well, there was no war going on, and I want to be normal. I want to spend time with my family. And it's like I fell into the same pattern, the same season, the same thing. Workup training, right? You go to work or you go to work and courses. Okay. There's never like downtime. It's not like the regular military where I was playing cards on the stairs and like weeks on end with nothing happening.
Hang out
It's
in the
like, okay, you're
locker
going to
room
course.
at the
Right.
company area.
So it's course to then pre-deployment training to deployment to then 3 weeks off at home to like drink your face off and like crawl into a hole. And then the cycle continues and continues and continues. And when I first left the military, I flipped the house. I general contracted the whole thing like HGTV style, and it worked. But I finished it with getting shoulder surgery and then knee surgery within 3 weeks of each other. That was all when I was leaving the military. So
Damn, dude.
even though I left the military, I'm doing the same
Same
pattern,
song
man.
and
The
dance.
same pattern. So, and I have close friends that work within the charity scene, and they're both have burnouts, and like I see it, it's more common than people think because you're kind of like trying to draw blood from a stone on a lot of fronts when it comes to raising money and putting effort into things that you think other people would value. And the Afghanistan exhibit it was awesome, right? But like I think there should be way more national pride, and I think there should be way more value to our military forces. And it's like I got a up close personal look at no, they don't. Like I have to do all this crazy stuff, and it's cool. It's actually works into my business model now. But at the time, again, the allostatic load, like where does that get placed? The emotional value of like I've had friends that died in Afghanistan. A bomb exploded in my face in Afghanistan. I know tons of people who died in Afghanistan. Like it was very close for me to do, and it was a good opportunity to grow. But damn, dude, I burned down hardcore. And like to have my wife say to me that at the end, and she's like, she wasn't angry because like that's the worst part is that like the fight I was doing, the sword I picked up is like it is a valiant effort, and that's cool. You know what I mean? But like I did it. I did that for 15 years, man. And I have said, I'm talking to myself, like, you did it, dude. Like, it's cool. You can focus on other stuff. And instead, I like put myself back into it and into thing. Veteran advocacy is like, how much change do you think you're going to make with changing a government or a large charity? And I've had to figure that out over the last year too, where it's just like, whoa, they're not thinking about the same things that I'm thinking about, and their value isn't valuing the same. Doesn't mean they're a bad organization, but like it's not aligned with what I'm trying to get people to not kill themselves. And finding all that out, man, was just like it was too much. And then the surgery, and I realized like, wow, you just. And I took a lot of reflection time to take it on and just digest it. And dude, the guys who told you they get burned out after like 4 years of like trying and trying and trying and trying. It's like you can implement this right now within like a year of hearing this and just like shrugging it off as the normal soft guy. Like I can do anything. I'll climb that mountain. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. But at what detriment? Your body, your mind, your family. Mm,
Dude,
I don't know.
I feel that so much, man. And I tell you, like, if I can get to the gym, I know I'm gonna win the day. Like you gotta find that one thing you can do for yourself. That's why it's like the morning thing. So you try to put it off for the afternoon, it's a 70, 60, then becomes a 40, 30% chance you'll get there. Like that's how I stave off the burnout. Like get to the gym in the morning. Wake up at 4 if I need to, 3 a.m. Like, and here's why, like I'm a big believer, like some days like I follow every episode with a blog post. This week I'm gonna have to jump all my blog posts at the same time because my best this week was 70%, 65%. Like I love writing. I'm passionate about writing. I like digging in. I did a recent post about blast wave injury because I know that's important, and it's one of the things that I realized while I was going through my downward spiral, no one could figure out what the fuck was going on. TBI, traumatic brain injury, love to write about that stuff. But you have to, how much time do you have in a day to write? How much time in a day do you have to create content? How much time in the day do you have to record a podcast? And then how are you going to win and feel successful when you look at your downloads and uploads and they're not hitting the metrics you need them to? Oh shit, I'm not getting enough followers today. All that shit's running through every single entrepreneur's head. And bro, I'm right there. I'm right fucking there. I get hit with the DMs with somebody talking shit about me, of course. And that all that shit feeds into the fucking burnout. Working hard just to fucking put good shit out there. Dude, fucking find the win. Find the win for the day. Yesterday, I got to help a good friend of mine. She was struggling and she reached out. Just helping somebody that I know personally, a friend that's willing to reach out, and she's all the way in Germany. Like that recharged my batteries. Like being able to give back to a friend. Like that was a win. But it's like, dude, you're right,
like
man. Like,
it sounds lame, and I'm not working out every day. I wish I was, but like again, like I've painted myself into a corner of amount of work, but I've respected like the timings to it, where it's just like 4 hours of concentrated work of like sitting in front of a computer, like my brain working, stuff starts like petering off at the end. So I know, you know what, man, like this is the time to go do the other tasks too. Like maybe you go deliver, go to the post office, whatever. I kind of like manage it that way. But my biggest one is sleep, where I'm like, I try to keep them like very small, like Atomic Habit, use like the ramp the idea where it's just like, dude, can you just be in bed for 8:15? And I am. And it's like, okay, that means I can do the other stuff, and then I can start adding other stuff. Can you make sure your meals are in check? Yes. Okay.
that's a huge one. I miss meals. Miss meals like a motherfucker. Uh, it's almost 11. The only thing I've had to have to eat and drink. I haven't drank I had one thing of water and my protein shake this morning.
Damn. At least you got your gains in a little bit. Keeping lean.
But it's like, dude, like how much, and it's an obsession. It's I got hit in the email in the inbox. It came off. I don't know. Thinking now, I don't think this gentleman meant anything by it, but I read it in a tone like, "Who the fuck are you? How like why the fuck are you doing this?" Like, and it's almost like, how are you able to do this? I'm not able to do it. How are you able to do 3 episodes a week? I'm like, motherfucker, I don't see an option. I don't see a fucking option. I don't. Like if you have notoriety, if you have a giant studio behind you, they can fucking launch they can launch a fucking podcast in 2 days and have over 1 million downloads. We saw it with the Hawk Tour Girl. If you have notoriety, if you have some sort of claim to fame, you can fucking just climb the charts. I don't have that shit. I have a passion for advocacy, sharing good stories, and helping people understand that your military service was a great chapter, but it's not the only chapter in your book. And I love highlighting stories of people succeeding after the military. Very small niche audience, very small, but I'm passionate about it. And I try to branch out and punch up and bring in different guests from different walks of life, because I want to appeal to everybody that wants to hear good shit. But that means I got to work hard. That means when somebody can afford to do 1 episode a week, I have to fucking hustle to put 2 to 3. Some weeks I don't. But I'm not going to tell the competition that I take a knee every once in a while, especially around the holidays. No, I got to fucking maximize and fucking do everything I can to punch out as much as I can. Put good content out there, and hopefully it resonates. And I feel like it has, and I think that it's growing, and I'm seeing that between my different channels and seeing the downloads grow on a week-to-week basis. But it's understanding that, like, dude, if I take a week off, the downloads go away. The people move on. They find
there's a
somebody
direct
else.
correlation, right?
There is.
The beast that needs to get fed. It's hard. Like I'm right now, I'm trying to do, okay, once every 2 weeks, I can guarantee a history
Those are
Short.
fucking great, dude. Holy
Thanks.
shit.
I think just like you, man, I think there's a niche where it's like, how fat do you want to get, first of all? And second of all, I enjoy learning and talking. It's easy for me. You know what I mean? And if I talk it and no one talks about Canadian military history in a cool way. No one's saying like, oh, Serge Lacmeron from Quebec City, like went and stormed the trench and killed 56 Nazis. Like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? No one talks about that. We
Yeah.
just talk about like, oh, our military's broken, sexual assault. Like, we suck. We don't make our NATO GDP. It's like, okay, well, we have a country that's actually steeped in military history, and I think it's fucking cool to kill terrorists. So, in all shapes or forms. And Daddy Canuck has been handing out fades for a long time. So, you should be proud of it.
Yeah. We have to highlight and promote the goodness within our service. Like, it's not just all like recently here in the States, we've been highlighting the effectiveness of Doge and the firing and holding military officials accountable. And that's needed. But at the same time, like, we can focus on some good too. Like, I hate General
Yeah.
Slife. Barn Find. There's no reason why I should have had a negative interaction with that piece of shit. But even I did. A 7th Group soldier should have never had a negative fucking situation with that motherfucker, and I did. And that dude's a piece of shit. Barn Find. I can't wait for them to fucking drag you and skull fuck you. Same
Yeah, they
with
don't do that
Slife.
in Canada, dude. And it's sad too, because like as I'm reading history, I'm like, there's a lot of things that are like replaying over and over again. So that's fine with me. Like it's endless content. Someone's got to talk about it. I enjoy it. It's like a part of my passion. Head on over to my website and buy a t-shirt. I'm going to try to get in our PX, but I don't know if I'm going to be like too like X-rated, because
Oh,
our PX is
shit.
like tiny, dude. It's not like America
Yeah.
PX. America PX, hell yeah.
Land of
And
milk and honey.
put it like, yeah, America, you want this for $5? Okay. Just
Yeah.
like, but that's a $2,000 TV. So we have a thing up here called the Canex, and I started seeing they started carrying apparel brands. One of them that I know, and then another one I don't know, but it's like a police officer who created a company for PTSD awareness, and that's really cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. Why can't we have? It's just like more coming to be where I'm like, okay, and I sent out the initial email to just be like the press check of saying, hey man, like I can guarantee you quality apparel. Quality, I know I was in the army 15 years. I know what you guys sell. I can guarantee you quality apparel with cool graphics that people will be proud to wear. And it's going to be made by a veteran in Canada. I don't know how much more I need to sell it than that and show them like their graphics, because their graphics are cool. And like my market segment isn't just to be like blood and guts and killing terrorists and stuff. It's like, I want to sell stuff. And the only way to sell stuff is you have to have things that are like neutral enough that the entirety will get behind and buy. So I'm trying to be not as segmented to special forces, and I sell stuff back to our units all the time in the special forces. So I'm not worried about that, but like, why can't I sell at that? You know what I mean? Like, and I've been, I don't know about you, but I guess a big difference, Canada, United States, like not a lot of people are doing what I'm doing right now, or if it is, it's a very small amount. So it's like, no one is doing it. And I'm emboldened by like, okay, I'm doing it. And if I have people like make a rude comment or a bad comment, it's like, well, no one's even doing this stuff. So like, I don't think anybody has a say, because if no one's talking about our history, if no one's producing like cool ass shirts, then like, what do I have to worry about? I should
Yeah,
just keep
no,
doing
dude.
me, and that's it.
There's I don't think I've seen anybody with your style and the way that you're doing it. And you've got the aesthetics down. You've got the persona for it. Like you have the camera presence for it. You have like
So kind.
great you got great voice for it. You just the songbird of our generation. And I think it's new content that doesn't come across my feed, doesn't come across in social media. At least I haven't seen anything like it. So I think you're onto something, man. And I'm really
That's right.
excited to see where that goes. And we just gotta fucking continue supporting each other, and who knows? You'll be the next successful veteran entrepreneur that we can all rally around.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Because it'd be nice to fucking see what it's nice when the boys make it. When one of your
Yeah.
friends makes it, like you make it too. And it empowers you to keep going and then continue on your journey. And I firmly believe that. We're only a fucking, you never know when you're going to get your next big break, where you're going to get that final fucking cult following. And next thing you know, you're face down in a pool of your own vomit in Las Vegas with tons of illicit
My
drugs and
man.
naked midgets around you. And then you
That's
really
all I'm
made it.
saying. That's what I came here for. That's what I came here for.
Gordo, it's a fucking pleasure having you back on, brother. For our audience, if they want to check your stuff out, where can they go?
Yeah. Instagram is ATW_all the way. Website is www.alltheway.team.team. I'm not rich enough to own the .com. That's about it. You can find me on LinkedIn, Gordon Hurley. If you have any questions about psychedelics, you're going to see a lot more of me this year. I just got asked yesterday by MAPS Canada to be a guest speaker on so MAPS Multidisciplinary
No
Association of
way.
Psychedelics, to
Dude,
be
that's fucking huge. That
a
is
guest
huge.
lecturer on
No big
veterans
deal.
and psychedelics.
You
So
should walk in there with your own boombox playing that old timey intro music.
I think I'm just going to do psychedelics before it.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Like, why are you dressed like that? We said you're a guest lecturer. Like, where'd the pipe come
Scholars
from?
maintain.
Yeah. Hello, class. Like, stop referring to them like that, please.
Yeah. Bring your own chalkboard. That's always a classic move. Just
It's a bunch of different types
shit.
of psychedelics. Y'all ready to go to school? Come for a ride with Uncle Gordo.
Fun fact,
Wow.
all of you have already ingested enough psilocybin.
Yeah. These drinks are delicious. Yeah, they are.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bro, thank you so much for coming on today. Can't wait to fucking have you back on so we can bro out some more. It's great to have you as a reoccurring guest. I finally have my my Joe Rogan rogues gallery of dudes I can bring back all the fucking time. So there we go.
I need to know, are you still thinking of doing something in person at some point?
Oh yeah, dude. If once we get out of our current state of Alabama and I can go back to Florida, then I can go back to having my in studio presence. Right now, the studio is, we're in a smaller place, so it's all remote. But I don't mind it because that allows me to fucking go aggressive and go hard rather than focus on having to pay for flights and all that stuff. I can cram in 15 sessions all in one day. No, that'd be too fucking much. But I do like to schedule as many as I can throughout the week. That way I can continue feeding the machine, the content machine. So if you're out there listening and you're enjoying it, head on over to Apple and Spotify, give us a 5-star review, help us grow, help us continue to scale and get bigger. I really need you. Come through for Papa. Papa comes through for you. Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next time. Till then, take care.